In this video, we're showing you how to install Boost Auto's Lumastep M1, our one-of-a-kind light-up running boards for 2020 through 2022 Ford Super Duty F250s and F350 trucks. Ready to take your truck to the next level? Meet Lumastep M1 light-up running boards from Boost Auto. It's not just about looking good. Lumastep is durable, it's rugged, built to withstand even the most extreme climate. Our running boards are built with 6000 series aerospace grade aluminum, meaning they can handle whatever you throw at it. Lumastep features premium lighting functions, allowing full customization on your truck. So take your build to the next level and stand out from the crowd. Our lighting options include white or amber running lights with standard or sequential turn signal, and of course, startup sequence that matches our mirror lights. You can also option for a rock light functionality for added visibility. So what are you waiting for? Head on over to boostauto.com to check fitment, availability, and to purchase Lumastep M1 running boards and all other products offered for your truck. Get Lumastep M1 light up running boards and step up your game. This procedure applies to both Super Crew, also known as Crew Cab, and Super Cab, also known as Extended Cab F250s and F350 trucks. Lumastep is offered for a wide range of makes and models. If this procedure does not apply to your vehicle, don't worry. We got a separate Boost Auto install video just for you. Your Lumastep M1 kit will come in two boxes, the running board kit and the Hardwire kit. The running board kit will contain your running boards with the integrated lights and modules. The kit will also contain the main driver and passenger side harnesses and supplementary parts depending on what you option for. You can either go with our simple plug-and-play adapter that connects directly to your headlight harness to add lighting features to your boards, or use our Hardwire adapter to tap to the wires at the headlight directly. If you option for rock light functionality, you can add on our rock light harness that integrates with both our plug-and-play adapter and our Hardwire adapter. The harness also comes with a switch that you can install anywhere on your dash. Adding rock light is a great way to ensure high visibility in the dark, both while driving or parked. Be sure to add rock light when you're building out your running boards. Your Hardwire kit will contain the driver's side brackets and the passenger side brackets along with the bracket covers. This Hardwire kit will also contain all washers and fasteners needed for your installation. Please note, Super Crew applications will have 3 brackets on each side. Super Cab applications will have 1 less bracket on each side, and so Super Cab kits will have the corresponding number of washers and fasteners. As we progress through this install, we'll call out specific hardware used every step of the way. Here's a complete tool list for your reference. You can pause here to collect them, then let's proceed with the install. In this video, we're going to be using our shop lift to better show the procedure. The entirety of the procedure can easily be done on the ground. All the steps shown while on the lift will be the same as doing it on the ground. In this video, we're showing the mounting procedure on the passenger side, but it's all the same on the driver's side. Here are your mounting points for Super Crews. You'll have the one closest to the front, then you'll have the second mounting point closest to the center. Finally, the third mounting point will be closest to the rear wheels. Now for Super Cab applications, you only have 2 mounting points, one in the front and one in the rear. Let's start at the front mounting point that applies to both Super Crew and Super Cab applications. All the brackets look identical, so go ahead and install a bracket at the first mounting point as shown in this video. Slide in the bracket, guiding the studs from the truck's body through the bracket holes. Next, secure the bracket to the truck by installing a large flat washer, then a 13mm lock nut from your kit to each of the 3 studs. You can further tighten the lock nuts, but hold off on tightening them all the way since we'll be doing further adjustments down the line. Next, move over to the second mounting point. This mounting point only applies to Super Crew applications. Like before, slide the bracket on and secure it with a flat washer and a lock nut at each of the 3 studs. Finally, move over to the third and final mounting point. This mounting point applies to Super Crew and Super Cab applications. Again, slide the bracket on and secure it in place with a flat washer and a lock nut at each stud. With all the passenger side brackets on, proceed to mounting all the driver side brackets. All the brackets are identical, so they will go on in the same way. At this point, we'll install the bracket covers. This one's the front passenger side bracket. Orientate each cover so its center lines up with the running board mounting bracket. Once the bracket covers are aligned, proceed with installing the screw-on tabs. Install the bracket covers on the other mounting brackets on the passenger side in the same way. Then repeat on the driver's side. Now we're ready to mount our Lumastep M1 running boards to the brackets. Make sure you're mounting the correct running board on each side. The Lumastep M1 plate as well as the integrated module on each board should face towards the front of the truck. Here we're showing the steps on the passenger side. Before mounting, flip your board over. For Super Crew applications, install 6 T-bolts to the board, 3 on each track. For Super Cab applications, it's 4 T-bolts, 2 on each track. Align the T-bolts roughly to the position of the brackets. Then drop your running board onto the brackets. Go ahead and guide all the T-bolts through the holes on the brackets. Then secure each bolt with a flat washer, then a lock washer, and a nut. Use a 10mm socket to thread in the nut further. Hold off on tightening completely for now. At this time, you can slide your board forward or backwards to your desired preference. Once you have your board where you want it, fasten everything down. Once everything is tightened down, perform the same steps on the driver's side. Ensure this board is aligned with the passenger side board before securing all the fasteners down. Once everything is installed, we can move on to the routing of the wiring harness to our Lumastep M1 running boards. Start by opening the hood. Then, disconnect the battery at the negative terminal. If you have an auxiliary battery, disconnect that at this time too. We'll start on the passenger side. Make sure to use the main harness with the power and ground terminals on this side. Tape the 2 connectors going to the running board module to a flattened out coat hanger or straightened out metal piece. Then route the harness along the passenger side firewall and fender liner away from any heat or moving parts. Once the straightened out metal piece pokes out through the bottom of the passenger side fender, proceed with pulling the harness through. Remove the tape from the connectors and plug them both into the running board module. The connectors are different sizes and will go to corresponding slots on the module. Be sure to secure the harness out of sight. Then repeat the steps on the driver's side. Next, we're going to remove the grill to gain access to the headlight housing so we can connect our running board harness to the headlight. First, remove this plastic cover on top of your grill being held in place by these push tabs. Some are flush on the plastic, like this tab. You can simply use a trim tool to pry it out. Some are inserts like this one, but they can be removed in the same way. Go ahead and remove all of the push tabs. Then pop the cover right off. With the cover off, you now have better access to the top bolts on the grill. To begin, remove the bolts up top. There are 2 nuts threaded to 2 studs on the grill at these locations. Go ahead and remove them. After that, go ahead and remove the grill clips or the lower grill molding. You can see here on the screen that there are 2 types of grills for 2020 through 2022 Super Duty trucks. You'll either have the type with the lower grill molding or you'll have the type with the 2 separate grill clips. First, let's go through the steps for the grill type with the lower grill molding. Pull back and remove the lower grill molding, revealing 2 bolts behind it. Remove them both. Next, let's go through the steps for the grill type with the 2 separate grill clips. Go ahead and remove the grill clips at these locations. Use a trim tool to pry them out. Then remove the bolt underneath. That was the passenger side. Now do the same on the driver's side. Next, pull on your grill to release the clips all around. Be careful though, if your truck has a front-facing camera, it'll still be connected to the harness. But with the grill detached, you can reach in to disconnect the camera connector as well as the washer fluid line. For the fluid line, just peel back on the spring a tad to release the connection. For the camera connector, simply press on the tab and pull back to disconnect. Set the grill aside and continue to removing your headlight. Your headlight housing is being held in place by 2 bolts up top and 1 on the side. You can see here this side bolt is in a very tight spot. To get to it, we'll have to drop our bumper. If you don't have this issue, you don't need to drop your bumper. To drop your bumper, first remove the plastic cover by the tow hooks. This will have push tabs that you'll have to pry out first. There are 4 at the bottom and 4 more at the top. With the tabs off, you can pry on the clips to release the plastic cover. Behind the cover, there are 8 bolts. Go ahead and loosen all of them just enough to allow the bumper to drop. There are a couple more bolts under the wheel well that will need to be loosened too. 2 on the passenger side and 2 more on the driver's side. As you wrap up loosening the last of these bolts, your bumper will drop just enough for you to access the headlight bolt. To remove this bolt on the side, first peel back the rubber flap and unscrew the bolt. Then remove the 2 other bolts up top. Unlatch the plastic tab. Go ahead and guide your headlight housing out and disconnect any connectors on the backside of your headlight. Basically, if you have an LED headlight, you'll have one 16-pin connector, and if you have a halogen headlight, you'll have this 3-pin connector, the one that we'll use later, and a couple other connectors. This headlight is aftermarket, so it'll look a little different, but your 3-pin connector should be close to the center of the headlight housing. Then guide the black receiving connector from your main harness to the front. With the passenger side done, repeat everything up to this point for the driver's side headlight. Again, 3 bolts total, 2 on top, 1 on the side. Go ahead and guide your headlight housing out and disconnect any connectors on the backside of your headlight and set the housing out of the way. Then guide the black receiving connector from your main harness to the front. Now you're ready to connect to the headlight connector. Alright guys, at the headlight you have a couple different options to hook up the running board harness. We'll first show you how to install the plug and play adapter that you can option with your running boards. Please note, the plug and play adapter will only operate with LED headlights. If you did not option for our plug and play adapter, your kit will come with our Hardwire adapter instead. For plug and play installation, please follow these steps. Go ahead and plug one end of the plug and play adapter to the factory headlight connector. Then take the black 4-pin connector on your adapter and connect it to the receiving connector on your main harness. Don't connect the plug and play adapter to the headlight quite yet. First, move over to the driver's side and install the plug and play adapter in the same way. After that, you can continue to install your harnesses. If you did not option for plug and play adapter, your kit will come with our Hardwire adapter. Here's the breakdown of that. The red and yellow wire with the quick disconnect is to tap to the turn signal wire on your headlight connector. Turn signal will come standard for all running boards. The blue wire with the quick disconnect is for enabling running light if you option for it. If you did not option for running light, this wire will not be active. You can simply tape the disconnect on this wire out of the way. The white wire with the butt connector is for rock light if you option for it. If you did not option for rock light, this wire will not be active, so be sure to tape the butt connector on this wire out of the way. Simply tapping the wires on the headlight connector for optional applications will not enable these features. The only wires active on your Hardwire adapter will be the ones you option for when purchasing your running boards. Again, check out all available lighting options on our website or reach out to our support team with any questions. The Hardwire adapter will be installed differently depending on if you have halogen or LED headlights. We'll first show you how to install the Hardwire adapter to a 16-pin LED headlight connector. If you have halogen headlights, your headlight will have a 3-pin connector, and we'll break that down right after this section. So for this LED headlight connector, go ahead and first peel back some of the insulation to get better access to the wires. First, for signal, tap to pin 1 using one of the provided red T-taps looking at the wires. With the connector tab pointing up, pin 1 is at the top left of the connector. Close the T-tap all the way until it clicks in place. Then bring your Hardwire adapter and connect the red and yellow wire to the T-tap. Next, if you option for running light, tap to pin 8 located at the top right of the connector. Close the T-tap all the way until it clicks in place. Go ahead and connect the blue wire from your Hardwire adapter to this T-tap. Then connect the black 4-pin connector from your Hardwire adapter to this black receiving connector on your main harness. Move over to the driver's side and install the Hardwire adapter in the same way. For signal, tap to pin 1 using one of the provided red T-taps looking at the wires. With the connector tab pointing up, pin 1 is at the top left of the connector. Then bring your Hardwire adapter and connect the red and yellow wire to the T-tap. Next, if you option for running light, tap to pin 8 located at the top right of the connector. Go ahead and connect the blue wire from your Hardwire adapter to this T-tab. Then connect the black 4-pin connector from your Hardwire adapter to this black receiving connector on your main harness. For halogen headlights, your connector will be a 3-pin connector located close to the center of the headlight housing. This headlight is aftermarket, so it looks a little different, but your 3-pin connector should be close to the center, right about here. Using the provided red T-tap, tap pin 3 for signal. Looking at the wires with the connector tab to the left, pin 3 is at the 3rd slot from the left. Make sure the T-tap clicks in place. Then connect the red and yellow wire from the Hardwire adapter to this T-tap. If your running boards came equipped with running light, tap to pin 2 next, located in the 2nd slot from the left. Again, tap until the red T-tap clicks in place. Then connect the blue wire from your Hardwire adapter to this T-tap. Next, we'll take the black connector on the Hardwire adapter and connect it to the black receiving connector from the main harness. Move over to the driver's side and install the Hardwire adapter in the same way. tap pin 3 for signal. Looking at the wires, with the connector tab to the left, pin 3 is at the third slot from the left. Then connect the red and yellow wire from the Hardwire adapter to this T-tab. If your running boards came equipped with running light, tap to pin 2 next, located in the second slot from the left. Again, tap until the red T-tab clicks in place. Then connect the blue wire from your Hardwire adapter to this T-tab. Next, we'll take the black connector on the Hardwire adapter and connect it to the black receiving connector from the main harness. Once your main harness is connected at the headlight, you can now take the white 2-pin pass-through connector on the driver's side, bring it over to the passenger side, and connect it to the white 2-pin connector there. The rock light function overrides any existing function when activated and outputs a solid white light. This will remain on until you switch it off and cannot be overridden by functions such as turn signal or running light. If you did not option for rock light, you can skip to the next section. If you did option for rock light but did not purchase our rock light harness, you will simply need to run a 12-volt power feed to the white wire on the plug and play or Hardwire adapter. If you have an existing rock light or auxiliary switch, you can use that, or any 12-volt trigger will do. If you did option for our rock light harness, follow these next steps. Your harness will have this power terminal, 2 long white wires that will go to the headlight, and your switch. Starting on the driver's side, go ahead and grab one of the white wires and route it down towards the headlight connector. Regardless of whether you have our plug and play adapter or the Hardwire adapter, the white wire from rock light harness will connect to the white wire with the butt connector. Then pass the other white wires as well as your power terminal to the passenger side, then repeat the steps on the passenger side. Pass the red and white wires from your rock light switch to the inside of the cab. Take the red and white rock light wires to the stranded out metal piece. Then guide the metal piece through the firewall to the inside of the cab. Inside the cab, continue to pull the wires through. Locate a suitable spot for the rock light switch and drill a hole into the dash. Once the hole is drilled, install the rock light switch. Be sure to connect the white wires to slot 1 and the red wire to slot 2 as shown here. Next, continue by installing your plug and play adapter if you option for it, or your factory headlight connector to the headlights, and guide your headlight back onto the truck. With the headlight housing in place, start on the driver's side. Install the 2 bolts from the top and 1 from the side. Then install the driver's side headlight in the same way. If you had to drop your bumper to get your headlight out, we'll show how to secure that in this next section. To secure the front bumper, tighten the 8 bolts in front while holding the bumper up. Then tighten the 4 bolts in the wheel well, 2 on each side. Next, install the plastic cover by the front tow hooks, and install the push tabs here as well. After that, you can bring the grill over and reconnect the camera and washer fluid line. Press in the grill until the clips are secured into position. Then install the bolts up top. As well as the 2 nuts that go on the studs coming out of the grill. Then install the 2 bolts from the front as well as the grill clips or the lower grill molding. Remember, we have 2 types of grills. First, let's go through the steps for the grill type with the lower grill molding. Go ahead and install the 2 bolts in front. Then press the lower grill molding into place. Next, let's go through the steps for the grill type with the 2 separate grill clips. Install the 2 bolts from the front as well as the grill clips. Place the plastic cover in place and install the push tabs. continue installing the power and ground wires from your passenger side main harness. At the positive terminal, you'll want to remove this nut at the stud. Then install the red power wire from your main harness here. If you have option for a rock light harness, the red power wire will go here too. Reinstall the nut to hold your wires in place. Next, we'll install the ground wire from your main harness onto the body. Locate this or any other body ground and install your black ground wire here. Then reconnect the battery at the negative terminal. At this point, check to make sure all lighting functions are operational. Finally, secure and tuck any excess wire to the truck out of the way of any heat and moving components. Congrats on completing your install. Boost Auto Lumastep M1 light-up running boards can be purchased on our website at boostauto.com. Boost Auto offers a wide range of parts and accessories for your truck or SUV. To stay up to date on new product releases and more videos like this, subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's all for now. Catch you in the next one.